All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to unlock a kind of secret language in the market, a concept called order block trading. We'll break down how you can spot the hidden signals left behind by the biggest players, and, more importantly, how you can actually use that information. Let's get to it. So let me ask you something, and I'm sure every trader has felt this. You've done your homework, you draw your support and resistance zones, you wait for that perfect bounce, and sometimes it works like a charm. But other times, price just smashes right through it like it's not even there. So frustrating, right? Well, what if I told you the secret isn't just where the price stopped, but who made it stop? And that brings us to this big idea. The market isn't just a bunch of random squiggles on a screen. It's a landscape filled with hidden footprints, clues left behind by what traders call smart money. To really get this, you have to understand there are two different games being played. On one side, you have us, the retail traders. We're mostly reacting to what's already happened, using common patterns and indicators. But on the other side, you have the whales. We're talking about the massive banks and institutions. See, they don't just react to the market. Their orders are so huge, they create the market moves. And when they do that, they can't help but leave clues. So, what's the biggest, most obvious clue they leave behind for us to find? Well, that's what we're here for. It's called an order block. So what is it? Put simply, an order block is a specific zone on your chart that basically screams a huge institution bought or sold a ton right here. Think of it like a financial crime scene. The big, explosive move has already happened, but the order block, that's the footprint left at the scene of the crime. It tells us exactly where the big players made their move. Okay, but why do they even do this? Why not just place one giant order and be done with it? Well, it's all about being sneaky. If a bank tried to buy, say, $1 billion worth of something all at once, it would cause a massive price spike and completely spook the market. They'd end up with a terrible average price. So they have to be clever about it. They have to be discreet. Let's just walk through their problem. Imagine an institution needs to buy $500 million worth of an asset. But, there's only $100 million in sell orders. That's liquidity, available at the current price. If they just smash the buy button on the whole thing, the price will skyrocket, and their entry price will be awful. So what's the solution? They break that huge order up into smaller, more manageable blocks at key price levels. And it's that collection of orders that creates the order block zone we can spot on the chart. Okay, theory's cool, we get what they are and why they exist. But now, for the fun part. How do we actually find them on our own charts? Let's turn into detectives. Finding a high-quality order block isn't some mystical art. It's a science. There are 3 clear, non-negotiable criteria you have to see. And I mean non-negotiable. If even one of these is missing, it's not a real setup, and you just move on. Let's break down each one. First up, you need to see consolidation. You know what I'm talking about. When the price just chops sideways, not really going anywhere, it looks boring, right? But it's not. This is often the quiet before the storm. This is the institutional buildup phase, where they're quietly accumulating their huge position, like a spring coiling up before it explodes. Next, after all that quiet, you get the explosion. We call this the momentum candle. And this isn't just any regular candle. We're looking for a monster, a single candlestick that is dramatically larger, say 2 to 4 times bigger, than the little candles in that consolidation range. This huge candle is the giveaway. It's the moment the institution finally shows its hand and aggressively pushes the price. And here we go. This is the most crucial piece of evidence. That giant momentum candle absolutely must have a huge spike in volume right below it. You have to think of volume as your lie detector. It's the proof that the move was backed by big institutional money. A big candle with low volume is just noise. It's a fakeout. For this strategy, no volume spike means no trade. End of story. So let's put it all together visually. On the left, you see perfection. You've got that tight consolidation, then boom, a massive momentum candle, and a clear, undeniable spike in volume. That's a valid order block. Now look at the right. It's messy, choppy action, a weak-looking candle, and no volume to back it up. That's not a footprint, that's a trap. Fantastic. So now we know how to spot these footprints with confidence. But spotting them is one thing. How do we actually trade them? Let's build a simple, actionable plan. The process here is all about discipline. Step 1, you identify a valid order block using our 3 rules. Step 2 is where most people fail. You have to be patient. You do not chase that initial big move. No way.
You wait for the price to come all the way back down and retest that zone. For step 3, you wait for a clear confirmation signal, like a big, strong candle that shows the big money is defending that level. Then you can enter. And finally, step 4, always protect yourself with a stop loss just outside the zone.
And speaking of protection, let's talk about profit. A good strategy is only as good as its risk management. When you trade these setups, you should always be aiming for a profit target that is at least twice as large as your risk, a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. This way, you don't even have to be right every single time to come out ahead. Your winners will more than pay for your losers. So, let's zoom out and really nail down the core idea here, because this is about more than just a chart pattern. It's a complete shift in how you look at the market. The whole philosophy is to stop getting run over by these sudden, unpredictable market spikes. Instead, you're learning to ride the wave with the institutions that are creating them. You're not trying to predict the market, you're simply seeing where the big money has shown its hand and aligning your trades with them. Before we wrap up, let's cover the traps to avoid. First, don't trade every pattern that kind of sort of looks like an order block. Be selective. Wait for the A-plus setups. Second, never ever ignore volume. It is your single most important piece of evidence. Be consistent in how you draw your zones. And most importantly, remember that even the most perfect setup can fail, so always use proper risk management. At the end of the day, the footprints of smart money are all over the charts, just hiding in plain sight. They're telling a story about where the market is probably going to go. The only question is, now that you know how to look for them, where are you going to follow them next?